With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo, and Halloween is officially upon us. Right, we're getting close to the end of September. We know that the costumes are going to be going up. All the spirits in the Halloween towns or Halloween City or whatever you want to call it that have made their way into abandoned Toys R Us's are now open for business and selling you shit to buy and wear one night out of the year, so you can look good or slutty, whatever it wants to be. But of course, we're always going to find ourselves dealing with some kind of backlash. And this year, not even October yet. Still a week to go till October. We find ourselves looking at Yandy's sexy Native American costume sparks Twitter backlash, with someone here saying, "You're filth, you're terrible." But if you look here, Yandy.com is selling slutty Native American outfits. We can already see where this is going, right? It's Halloween season. Nothing changes. And it says here, it's a lingerie company, not a Halloween costume company. My bad, y'all. My bad. It says here, online lingerie company Yandy has been called out again over the weekend for its sexy costumes. This time over its collection of sexy Native American and sexy Indian designs that many are calling highly offensive and racist. Are they? It's lingerie, meant to be worn in the privacy of your bedroom before you get, down and dirty with it. No one's going to see it outside of the person that's getting ready to slide into your DMs. So does it really matter? I mean, truly, if it's done in the privacy of your own home, do you really care? I mean, honestly, do you care? Are you going to sit there at night with a pair of binoculars looking into your neighbor's window, wondering whether or not they're wearing Yandy sexy Native American outfits before getting down to Pound Town? If you do that, you got greater problems than just being upset at something like this. By all means, take care of yourself. Also, get rid of that dry lake on the floor. It stinks up your house. But the point is, the costumes come less than a week after Yandy was called out for its sexy Handmaid's Tale inspired costume. The company pulled the costume from the website after the backlash and issued a statement saying they become obvious that our Yandy Brave Red Maiden costume is being seen as a symbol of women's oppression rather than an expression of women's empowerment. Well, considering the fact that that there's in the TV show The Handmaid's Tale, it's used as a symbol of oppression, but when it's being used at the Kavanaugh hearings or other hearings like that, it's being used as a symbol of empowerment. One could kind of understand that Yandy might be a little bit on the confused side. And again, people are into some fetish shit. They're into some fetish stuff. Who cares what they do in the privacy of their bedroom? If you want to wear a red cape and lingerie with a dog collar around your head and get fucked, by all means, that is your kink. Who's anyone else to tell you can't do it? But of course, we live in the age of absolute outright oppression, or manufactured outrage. That's the word I want to use here. Again, we see that they have more of these costumes here, and some could argue that they are insensitive, but others could look at that and go, man, I can't wait to get home and get pounded in that thing. Men or women, I'm not too sure what your preference is. Now, people on Twitter have been slamming the brand for its 43 outfits that fall under the sexy Native American or sexy Indian categories, and started a hashtag cancel Yandy, demanding the company remove its offensive costumes. Talia Levine here saying, your Handmaid's Tale costume was misguided but kind of funny. This Native American section erases genocide and rape and theft and turns into some sort of panty party. Disgusting. Well, we tend to make fun of horrible parts of our history for the predominant reason of people find therapy in humor. Now, you might not, and that's entirely fine. But apparently this stuff, I'm assuming, sells, because they wouldn't have it up there if it didn't. They wouldn't have 43 costumes of sexy Native American lingerie unless it sold. And I'm going to go on a limb. And I'm just going to speculate that if they were to release their sales numbers, if they were to release their sales demographics, we would probably find that they would go to the people that they most closely represented in terms of the design. I would almost go as far as to say that. That's just my theory. And of course, it goes on for here, yada, 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 yada. They go on and everything else. People being upset constantly. Now, it says Yandy did not immediately respond to a request for comment, although this is not the first time a company known for its sexy outfits has been called out for its Native American line. Last October, a group of Native American women gathered at the Yandy office in Arizona to protest the sexualization of indigenous people. Again, don't like it, don't buy it. Vote with your wallet. It really does boil down to vote with your wallet. And all you're doing at this point is making it more taboo, right? All you're doing is getting up there and protesting it. And you're like, no sexy lingerie depicting indigenous people. It's like, well, okay, I'm not entirely against your argument here. But at the same time, someone out there's going to be like, oh, honey, oh, Bob, oh, Bob. This is interesting. They're upset at a costume. Ooh, you want to make our love life more interesting? Order it for me. I mean, like, people could do that. And all you're going to do is people are going to sit there and have the exact opposite effect for what you're trying to accomplish here. When you're trying to accomplish making sure this thing is like blamed and shamed and defamed and gone, there are people out there, many anonymous, nameless, faceless people that are going to look at that as an assault on free speech or an assault against something that is maybe stupid in their opinion. And they're going to throw down money in order to, well, you know what, kind of own the libs, so to speak. Right. And when that happens, well, Yandy wins. They get a lot of free PR, whether good or bad, doesn't really matter. They get a lot of free PR, and then they still get to sell the stuff. They took down The Handmaid's Tale, but I guarantee you they probably sold a bunch in the couple days between people being upset and them actually pulling it down. Now, it says here, Amanda Black Horse, who organized that protest, made signs calling for an end to cultural costumes. We oppose how you use us as costumes and profit off that. We are people, not costumes, which is entirely true. But you know what? I agree. I do agree on that one right there. They are people. They're not costumes. But we have sexy cops, sexy firemen, sexy Donald Trump. I'm pretty sure that costume exists. I'm sure there's a sexy Melania Trump costume. I'm sure there's all of these things that are meant to be an exaggeration or even a sexualization of aspects of our society, because there are people out there that like that, people out there that have those kinks, that have those fetishes. And you may not like that, and that's entirely fine. But again, what we have here and what we've seen over the course of many years and people argue back against these things is it has the exact opposite effect. It has the exact opposite effect. What it does is when you get mad, they get rich. Look at Colin Kaepernick or Kaepernick, whatever, and Nike, right? Nike had a 3.5% drop in their stock when that advertisement came out for Colin Kaepernick. Everyone's like, oh, you cancel Nike. Nike's done. Nike's over. They're burning Nikes or torching Nikes. It's all over social media. It's all viral. And you know what happened? They made over $120 million by the end of that week because of that shit. So this is what happens when social justice warriors on either side of the political spectrum, when that horseshoe theory shit kicks in, this is what you see. Money based upon outrage. That's what it boils down to. You guys know it. I know it. They clearly don't know it because they're still doing it all of these years later, and no one is ever going to learn. And that is just annoying as shit. But I leave it to you. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know down in the comments below. What do you guys think? My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. If you guys haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe. And if you made it this far, type Yandy in the chat so I know. Just type Yandy in the chat so I know. And that way, you guys, I know you made it. You know you made it. We all know you made it. And then I'll see you guys later. Have yourself a great day and peace out.